Good morning. My name is Mrs. P. Kavitha, Assistant Professor of Economics, A.D.M College for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. My subject name is International Economics. Today I am talk about features of international trade. Contents: features of international economics, introduction, definition, features of international economics, advantages and disadvantages. Now, meaning of international trade. International trade is only that branch of general economics which is concerned with the exchange of goods between one country to another. Internal trade, a trade taking place within the country. Then international trade, trade between two or more countries. Next, definition of international trade. Exchange of capital, goods and services from country to country. In most countries, it represents a significant share of GDP. Without international trade, nations would be limited to the goods and services produced nationwide called domestic trade. Then, features of international trade. First one, regional differences. Second one, international immobility of factors. Third one, different monetary system. Fourth one, controls and regulations. Fifth one is greater geographical distances and transport cost. Sixth one, trade between distinct identities. Seventh one is problems of balance of payment disequilibrium. And last one, different markets and goods. Difference between internal and international trade. Internal and domestic trade refers to the exchange of goods and services within geographical boundaries of a nation, while international trade refers to exchange of goods and services between two or more countries. And second one is movement of labor between different regions of a country will be easy and common, but this will not be so in the case of international trade. Third one, the complication will be more if the exchange rate is fluctuating. In the international trade, there is no such complications as the monetary units in the same. The people possesses a very good knowledge of the conditions of trade in their own country. Trade between countries is not free as in the case of different regions of the same country. Very often trade restrictions are imposed by customs duties, exchange restrictions, quotas and tariff. Each country is under the control of a separate banking system governed by central bank of the country, having a separate monetary policy which will vitally affect the foreign trade. Next one is advantages of international trade. First, advantages of international trade: division of labor and specialization. Second one is reduction of prices. Third one, reduces monopolistic exploitation. Fourth one, national well-being. Fifth one, protection of interest. Sixth one, facilitate debt payment. Seventh one is working of international monetary system, and poor and backward nations can become rich and forward. Change in the quality of labor and capital, equal access to raw materials and world markets. Last one is expansions in volume of trade. Then arguments against international trade: dependence on other nations, against national defense, instability and economic planning. Protectionist argument: dependence on other nations. Though international trade ensure higher standard of living for a nation, it makes the countries dependent on foreign markets, not only for procuring raw materials but also for selling the finished product. Arguments against international trade: against national defense, it is argued that a nation which depends on foreign sources of supply lacks defense during the war. Defense is better than opinions. Instability and economic planning: international trade is severely condemned as a source of economic instability, and it stands in the way of national economic planning for development and growth. Protectionist argument: protectionists put forth several arguments to justify protection of domestic industries against foreign competition, and they vehemently oppose international trade and specialization on the basis of national security, economic stability, full employment, etc. Thank you.